It is sign language boot camp time. That's all I gotta say. We are doing it. I'm hoping right now. I hope that's how we start. Just right away we get into it. If you like it all, like and subscribe to me. Lots of my favorite for Instagram for discussion. Leave comments for this specific series. Let's get going though with episode 9. Oh my god. I'm in love. Yes, you should. These are my favorite moments. We just outfit my. Oh my god. Everything's perfect. He's very direct with the things he says and the way he presents them. How does she know? Her eyes were closed that whole time. You would hope. Oh, this could be big. It's about to be like the craziest thing that she would not want to do. What were you looking at? Oh no. Oh no, Run. Oh. Oh, him? Absolutely. He a good looking dude, Rin. I know he's not the one, I know, but like... This might push you into, like, we gotta get things going, get the ball rolling with him. Yeah. And then you're just gonna leave this guy hanging? Oh, Rin. At least turn him down. That's it? That's all you gotta say? Nice. You're with me, buddy. Oh. I love when they draw her like that. It makes her look so scared. Can we put Yuki on text-to-speech while we're driving? Wish word chain. Absolutely. That's why we love her around here. I don't know. I'm confused. Oh, okay. Nice. We just were out. You could have did it. All he said was nice. Calm down. Yuki, look at the shake. Really gotta get that job. Just putting the pressure on. Find out where the cafe is and go make that person quit. That's what I would. Bully them into quitting and get that job. That's pretty big.
これは
石。
じゃあこれは？
スマホ。
川は
テントは？
I like how they're doing this. Frog.
これは
Damn. He's the parent of the group.
結構頑張ったよ。
I can tell.
おいしい
全部覚えられるかな？
Hmm.
後で抜き打ちテストな。
マジで？
Right, he's taking this serious.
これうまい。
Yes.
見せつけられたわ。
You guys can try it, you
終
know?
わったらこの辺散歩しようか。
Yeah.
いいですね。
You know.
りんちゃんはそういう人いないの？
付き合ってる人ってことですか？
Sir? Oh no, it's gonna be the dude.
ちょっとすみません。
Oh my god. This could be bad.
急にごめんね。
I'm literally in the mountains.
ごめんなさい。ちょっと今忙しくて。
ごめんね。忙しい時。
Yeah, a really bad time.
またかけ直してもいいかな。
また何かお誘いのお電話とかでしたら、私そういうのは。
そっ
Hmm.
か。もしかしてりんちゃん
Yeah.
好きな人いるの？
You don't gotta say who, just say yes. You're good, you're good, you're good. Yeah, there you go, you're good.
好きな人います。
He definitely has to hear
そういう
this.
ことですので失礼します。
Ugh. Tell me he heard it. Tell me he heard it.
すみません。電話。
Tell me he picks up on
やっ
this.
ぱモテんじゃん。
Hmm.
ごめん。電話ちょっと聞こえた。
モテませんよ。
Really not. Yeah, alright.
今まで一人しか付き合ったことないですし。
Hmm.
ひょうやさんは前の彼女さん長かったんですか？
一番長い。
My God.
くらい。
今は欲しくないんですか？
俺ぐらいの年になるとまた最初から連絡取ってデートしてって、
Mm-hmm.
ちょっとめんどくさいんだよね。
Yeah.
そうなんですか。
だから自分から好きにならないと難しいんだろうな。
私なら
Hmm.
私なら好きになってもいいですよ。
Yeah. I'm on edge. Come on. Say something good.
ちゃんの好きな人って
Oh, all right. He knows. He knows. He knows. You don't just ask that. He knows. He knows. Tell me things are going good. Tell me they come back and they're like, "Here, we decided that they." That's all I need.
いつみさん。
What the hell is he? Gotta get the fish. Yep.
おう
The way Yuki partakes in this, right? I mean, she was afraid of the frog. Oh, she's going for it.
無理すんなよ。
It's too cold.
まだ4月だし。水冷てえよ、そりゃ。
Oh my god.
落ちる落ちる。
可愛いって言ったら嫌がるかな。
Hmm.
絶対に落とさないって安心感にまたドキドキさせられる。人生に運の配分があるのなら偏りすぎだと思う。
足冷た。
I mean, what did you think would happen?
もしかしてなんかあった？
Hmm. At least, you know, acknowledgement. Hmm. She's just happy, which is why she's so, yeah. No way.
なんて。なんでわかんの？
Well, it's the first, I guess, for her. It kind of is for him, right?
が上手なんだろう。
Hmm.
まだ空が明るいのに、もう帰りのことを考えて名残惜しさが出てくる。
この後どうする？
my god. Sent my girl into a shot.
今日帰らないとダメな日。まだ
Mm. It's a big moment for you, Yuki. Hold strong. That's the sign.
つねった。
Oh.
ごめん、足やっちゃってるかも。
Oh, I was getting excited for a second. Oh my god.
ちょっとはしゃぎすぎたっていうか。
ああイチャついてたか。
なんじゃないってば。
大丈夫？
Why would he say that?
帰ろっか。
Yeah, it's better to not just stay out of
車
it.
で休んどけ。片付けやっとくから。
What are you getting so excited about? You want to explain that?
はい、お水。
あー、すみません。
すみませんより。ありがとうが。
Hmm. A thank you is much better than a sorry.
好きな人って誰？俺ももういい大人だし、勘違いしないように冷静になってたけど、
But I've got a
り
feeling.
んちゃんと一緒にいたらやっぱ勘違いじゃないのかなって。
Hmm.
だったら迷惑ですか？
そんなわけないじゃん。
さっき付き合うのがめんどくさいとか言ってたから
Yeah,
Oh,
but
it's not
right, not you.
ちゃんと
Right. Let's stop going around this. Let's just talk.
りんちゃんだったら全然めんどくさくないって。
Beautiful.
正直他の男から電話来て面白くない。
Hmm.
平気なふりしようと思ってたけど、
But at that moment, it almost makes you want to reach out and be like, I got to do this. Or you miss your chance.
そんな
Hmm.
京也さんはかっこ悪くなんかないで。ほんとダッサすぎて自分
There's never a dull moment when you're with her.
それに可愛いって思ってる。
I do too.
じゃあ俺も片付けしてくるかな。
That's it. Say more, my guy. Come on. I need this instant. Like, I don't need you to drag this out much more.
短い間だったけど楽しかった。
Yeah, tell Rin went and messed it up. Yeah.
また後で連絡します。
ああうん。
なんで嫌そうなのよ。
いややっと二人じゃん。
Yeah, why are you so worried about me? Do you think?
俺らでもうちょい合宿の続きしようや。
I mean, he's the one who wanted to do the most, if we're being honest. Okay. Oh, you again. How are you in the right place at the right time every single time?
楽しかった。
もう9時か。コンビニ寄って帰るか。
Head back where?
いつおみさんの家返したくないとは言われたけど
Hmm. Wait a second.
俺先シャワー浴びるから。何脱ぐのあっち？分かったから。ユキも着替えとけよ。
服貸してもらっちゃった。
Absolutely huge. Yeah.
この家に来れた。
That man keeps his place nice and clean. Also, it's way easier for them to probably draw.
あ、手話ノート。前にこのノートでおしゃべりしたな。
Mm-hmm. The memories.
これ、いつおみさんの字。
Just put in the work. He said he wasn't gonna use it. Ah.
こんなにびっしり。そういえば、いつおみさんは一度教えた手話をほとんど間違えないで使ってくれる。
Make her so happy.
が仲良さそうに彼氏らしき人と居酒屋に入っていくとこ見た。
彼氏？ だったらどうせすぐ別れ
No, I don't know about that, buddy. Well, I mean, nothing he can do.
手話も使ってた。
手話それって銀髪の男
He did.
知ってるの？
I've seen him once or
泉はわ
twice.
ざわざそれ言いに来たわけ
違う。王子はもっと素直になりなよ。
Hmm.
じゃないと見てるこっちが辛くなる。
Damn. Would you have to go and ruin my day? That's Yuki's phone, right? Oh no, buddy, don't. Let's just leave it. The boot camp was a success, kinda in a way. I feel like everybody got what they wanted, or a little closer at least. It didn't work out perfectly because Rin fumbled at the last moment. But no, it worked out for the most part. So I think that's pretty good. For the most part, this episode, I would say for me, the driving thing was really the conversation and the moments between Kyoma and Rin. I think that's like really what kind of drove this, and I think it might just be because the quest of actually getting these people all to be together is like still really something I'm pushing for, as opposed to just like getting very excited for all these like happy moments between Yuki and Tsutomu, which I'm still absolutely loving. But I think like there's a little less to root for in that sense. So this gives me like that motivating factor of almost like, oh, I'm like really excited to see how this goes, or like wanting to like root for these people and see the direction that things like that kind of go. So I think that's what, for me, it made the episode like the most part just directly about them, which I really, really enjoyed, the different moments and stuff that we kind of got with them. The only thing I got to say I don't, I guess, love about them and their situation is just like the indirectness that they're all kind of going through right now. And while Kyoma, it's not on him entirely, because he even brings light to it here where he's like, I don't want to jump the gun, but like I feel like I'm kind of getting the vibe of something, and I have been. Maybe I should make that clear now that I'm kind of almost feeling a little bit jealousy, or not even jealousy, but I guess just like the bad feeling that he was kind of getting by her talking to her coworker in that moment made him like feel like maybe I should just go out there and put myself out there, which I think is great. But it's a step in the right direction. It's just like they can be more direct than they are right now. And Rin's side, I don't like throw any blame towards her in the slightest. I think that she's doing nothing wrong in that situation. Or let me take that back. She's doing things wrong, but I don't think she's doing things like too wrong, because as she openly expressed here with her lack of experience with a lot of things, of course, it's a little bit more difficult for her and she feels a little bit more flustered. And I'm assuming due to natural traditional things with relationships and stuff like that, the assumption almost is like her just kind of like getting really close, really liking this person, and then maybe dropping hints here and there, but not really pushing herself to a point and allowing them to kind of make the move, would be the typical thing that somebody like that would end up going for. But I think like after seeing like the incredible determination through somebody like Yuki and the approach that like almost that she was taking, we should take like a page out of her book here, right? and put her foot on the gas a little bit more and push these things to go, because clearly it seems like he's kind of into her, so I think that things should have no problem there. But we'll have to end up seeing how that whole situation resolves itself, due to the fact that it was going really well until she stumbled, and then now at hospital and everything. So who knows, they can grow closer throughout these moments too, and we can kind of see how that stuff ends up evolving a little bit. The trying on different outfits is really, really cute, and I absolutely love that. Getting the basically matching outfits with each other is also fantastic, and I'm happy that they kind of went through with that. Yuki has a chance to possibly get a job here, talking about working at possibly a cafe or something through the connection that her friend's going to be able to have for her, and we have to wait on somebody who's apparently going to quit or lose their job or whatever it is, and the moment that ends up coming up, we're going to kind of get noticed there. Rin in this moment, we find out, is being pretty much pursued by her coworker that we ended up seeing her talking to in that previous episode when she kind of talked about it, but she seems pretty down by it. Of course, this person showing an interest in you, typically, if that's not the person you want, especially when you're going for somebody else in her situation, Kyoya, it makes plenty of sense why she's not like too interested in it, and she's a little bit down when she has to think about this situation, and I'm assuming it's for multiple reasons. The first being like not wanting to actually go through the process of having to like hurt someone's feelings almost and let them down, because you have somebody else that you're going after and you're not actually interested in pursuing anything or getting closer to this other person. So it makes it a little bit harder for her because she just like, you don't want to go through that process. Of course, as somebody, I mean, and I'm assuming I could be wrong, but as somebody who's like on her end almost and knows like how difficult it probably is and maybe has been rejected in these situations and stuff before, it's not easy, you know, to be the person on the other end. And well, actually, it's a lot easier, I'd assume, to let somebody down as opposed to being the one who is let down, just because of the moment, like the way that you internally, I guess, would feel. And you would be hung up on it a lot more as the person who has to be let down. It still sucks, and it's not something that you want to go through with. And also, it's just like this extra pain of her wanting to do that, but it could just be like a possible thoughts of regret of, if I pursue this one person and this thing doesn't end up working, I could possibly be leaving behind somebody else who's like seems really like a good person. And you know, it kind of sucks in those moments of you being like that, but also it can kind of put you in a situation, a mentality almost of, I have to push forward, I have to do more, I have to at least see where I stand with this other person, to actually like figure out where I got to take myself in life here, take my relationships. And I think that that's also a good thing to really kind of push you forward. And we end up seeing it later. That works out perfect when Kyoya comes involved, because he ends up hearing through the conversation that she has on the phone. Us getting in the car, Yuki having to sit in the front is great. Us playing this game and trying to be so inclusive and be able to involve her is also fun. And I really like that, of everybody talking about different things that it is that they want to do. And then Itsuomi hits us with the, I want to, you know, go on a trip overseas with my girlfriend, of course, which is something that they both desire very much, but the pressure is on even more than ever, after seeing how much that he clearly wants to do this, that she needs to get a job. And of course, that's going to kind of eat away at her, as she ends up talking about a little bit later on. We go through the whole different parts of the sign language boot camp here, and she starts teaching them a little bit of about a bunch of different things that they could use. I like the way that they displayed it, and I thought that was like a pretty much the best way I think they could have, to actually keep pacing of things up and keep things kind of moving along, while still providing some sort of things that could be useful. And I think that that's pretty cool. Kyoya goes all out and makes us food, being the father of the group, which I really, really like. These two getting all embarrassed and everything after seeing the way that they're acting together, and then being able to have this conversation here. Rin gets a call from her coworker again, basically wanting to see if she wants to go out, wanting an answer, because from what we saw, she never actually ended up responding, which is a thing you do not do. Do not just leave the person hanging. Please respond to that person. If you're ever in a situation like that, please respond to that person. Don't leave them like that. So I'm happy that she lets him down in this moment, and she doesn't just say like, oh, we can talk later or whatever. Like, she's like, I'm not really interested. There is like somebody, and the way that she kind of like makes her declaration almost of like, yeah, there's somebody that I love. And of course he's going to end up hearing it in that moment. And then they get to have their nice little conversation where things go kind of well, but at the same time not, because of Rin's own you know, issues. But before we end up getting to that, we have to see these great moments. Itsuomi playing around in the water, of course, and Yuki wanting to join, him scooping her up like this, and I don't know, it's so cute. Great moments all around. And then these two getting extremely close here, him apologizing, trying to not make sure that she feels bad or anything, or feels like he's like forcing her or rushing her or anything into getting a job so that they could be able to go away. It's just something that he's excited about when it ultimately ends up coming. So of course he wants to vent that to her. And then the two of them are getting very intimate here in this moment, getting extremely close together. And then the moment comes where he gives the signal for the kiss. They come back. When we get this shot, I assume they're like all close onto each other and like, oh, things went really well, and they're gonna like reveal almost similar to how it was revealed to them about these two dating, but that's not the case at all, because Ren ended up falling over. which I think is great. And we have to end the trip a little bit short. We basically talk about here in this moment, Kyoya is very real, I'd say. His thoughts on, I've been in this relationship for a really long time, a whole bunch of stuff that's like kind of gone down. It's a little bit hard for me to put myself in that position and not wanting to like sit around and text this person and go on dates and go through like all those early stages and like the difficulty to actually get to the things that like somebody would want, or like to actually be within the relationship. And it's just a lot of mental effort that he doesn't know if he really has the capacity, I guess, to kind of put up with. And when he does, it's almost like he would prefer a relationship, something similar to what he's kind of having with Rin, or for that right person to really come along, that he can kind of have that with, right? Like Rin's not too intrusive on his life or anything so far to this point. He kind of just enjoys her. They hang around like they're friends almost, and like they always end up seeing each other, and it's always good times when that ends up happening. So it's nothing too crazy that like kind of goes out of the way. So it works, right? It's like a perfect match almost at that point for the things that he's almost looking for. And it fits all in natural, because we can kind of skip over all those stages beforehand that he doesn't necessarily like too much. But he comes forward here, and he comes a little bit clean. You know, I heard you talking to that person on the phone, and the way that, you know, the thought of somebody else kind of pursuing you instead of me is like a problem, right? It makes him a little bit jealous. It makes him a little bit like maybe even angry at himself. I need to do something. I need to put myself out there in a position that is better than what I'm doing right now, right? Let you know my intentions or my feelings and stuff like that. And while I do have these feelings and these things towards you, or I believe you have them towards me, hearing you talk to this person puts it more into perspective for me that I want to actually tell you and come forward about this and possibly pursue something a little bit further, which I think is wonderful. But the problem is they kind of just end it there, and they don't really go into it too much more. And I would love for them to continue on that conversation. It's a step in the correct direction. It's just the pacing of them going, they gotta do something, I feel like, because they're right there. It's like you're in the home stretch. You gotta just pull it together, you know. Somebody have a little bit of confidence and just say it outright, and then the other one will easily comply. Like that's the way I'm feeling. We end up going back, where these two end up going out. This girl ends up seeing us, of course, for the second time. I don't know how the hell she's always in the right place at the right time. Yuki getting all embarrassed here in this moment. And so he goes to basically undress and go take a shower, which is a, you know, big moment for her to be able to have to witness. I like the shot of her in this, and all the clothes being extremely baggy on her, and just kind of being able to see all the effort and stuff that he's kind of putting in for her, despite him saying initially he was never interested at all in learning any of this stuff, and it's a great thing. This girl comes over, so I'm assuming they're just friendly, unless this is another Shin Emma type situation, Shin being the girl in the situation, and having a thing for Oshi, but not being able to actually go out of her way and say that or anything. And who knows? I mean, they could just be friends, but I'm just going to assume it's the case where she's like really into him, but she won't do anything because she knows he's into this other person. And at this moment, she basically tells him like the whole situation, what's going on, and how it appears that they're dating, how the one thing that he thinks he has on Itsuomi, right? The one thing that he thinks that nobody else has on him is the fact that he knows sign language and that he can communicate with her in a way that it's like it makes him special almost. But now learning that this other person is learning that process and getting closer, and it kind of tears him apart a little bit to have to be able to think that. And then this girl ends up coming forward. She seems a little bit upset about it, telling him you got to be more upfront with your feelings, and that it's hard just watching somebody like you kind of go around it and act like everything's okay when it really isn't. And you know that it isn't. You know that there's things that you could have, you know, actually gone out and changed throughout the years, and instead the way that you act has kind of prohibited that from ever manifesting and becoming something. Of course, it's something that's gonna bother a friend or somebody on the outside having to see that, but it makes perfect sense why she would end up saying something like that. At this moment, Yuki's phone is still in here and ends up getting a call from Oshi, which will Tomi pick up or will he decline? I don't know. I'm assuming he's probably gonna pick up. I don't know if I want him to, but I'm assuming he's probably gonna end up picking up. So we're gonna have to see how that goes. Fun episode, progress being made. It wasn't nearly as stressful as the previous one was with the Shin and Emma stuff for me, but I enjoyed it for the most part. Hopefully you guys did as well. If you liked it, all like and subscribe. Not to my feel free to check out the videos in the channel. If it comes with this other series, I will be back for episode 10 next week. You have a good one. Peace.